Most builders see legal work as something to avoid, too complex, too expensive, too unclear. So they delay it, work around it, or hope problems won't surface until later. But uncertainty is costly. In episode number 18 of the IAM2790 podcast, I spoke with Alexandra, and she shared how focusing on transparency and accessibility led to rapid growth while serving startups that need clarity, ultimately not confusion. If you're building something meaningful, you're in the right place. This is the IAM2790 podcast. I'm Gresh, and for over a decade, I've had the honor and the privilege of learning directly from CEOs, entrepreneurs, and business owners just like you on how to build. After recording more than 1,600 episodes, one thing has become clear. Success isn't about following someone else's blueprint. And as I like to say on the show, if you run your own race, you can't lose. Even when you feel the journey should be a straight and linear path, what I've come to find out is success is a lot more like a plate of spaghetti. So in this special segment and episode, I'm starting to curate and share some CEO hacks and CEO nuggets that I've been dying to share, drawn from thousands of episodes with phenomenal guests that have provided awesome value on the show, but also my 10 years of business experience as well too. These lessons are designed to strengthen the foundational principles that every business is built on and guided by a simple equation that we always go back to with our content. Visibility plus resources times connections equals success. This is practical wisdom you can apply almost immediately. So be sure to check out the show notes for more resources and next steps on how to level up. And of course, enjoy this special episode of the IAM2790 podcast. Most builders see legal work as something to avoid, too complex, too expensive, too unclear. So they delay it, work around it, or hope problems won't surface until later. But uncertainty is costly. In episode number 18 of the IAM2790 podcast, I spoke with Alexandra, and she shared how focusing on transparency and accessibility led to rapid growth while serving startups that need clarity, ultimately not confusion. What really stood out in this conversation was how she grew, and it didn't come from actually doing more, which we often feel like we need to 10x everything. It actually came from clarity, making things clear. When people ultimately understand what they're paying for, what the process looks like, and what decisions they're actually making, trust often accelerates. And trust shortens cycles. For builders working in the business every single day, this shows up literally everywhere. You might be offering something valuable, but if the process feels opaque, people will often hesitate. They ask more questions, they delay decisions, they look for alternatives. It removes this friction. And here's the real takeaway. Transparency isn't just ethical, it's strategic. When you remove uncertainty, you remove resistance. And when resistance drops, momentum increases. This is very, very, very important in areas where people already feel vulnerable, like legal, financial, compliance. Builders don't want to feel uninformed, they want to feel empowered. That's where this ties naturally to how operations and systems are ultimately designed, because you make sure processes are understandable, repeatable, and accessible for everyone. This is why it falls right under the CBNation operations pillar. How work gets done and how clearly it's been communicated. And here's something that you can ask yourself. Where exactly in my business might people hesitate because the process feels unclear or intimidating? This question often reveals why growth feels slower than expected. We chatted around scaling with trust, simplifying complex services, and how accessibility becomes a complex and competitive advantage. If you're building something which may be perceived as complex and want people to engage with confidence instead of confusion, you have to listen to this episode. It's going to help you to understand why it ends up being such a huge advantage to simplify the things that you're doing, not just for yourself, not just for your team, but for the people that you want to ultimately serve.